Yeah. Smoke it up. What? Yeah.
It's time to fight the power like BITCHUTE.
What's the status, 3?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace, the Dark Chameleon.
Peace to the gods.
Listen, check it, yo. It was a cold April morning under the constellation Aries. The moon was 85% under the luminaries. From the celestial waters to the womb my soul was carried. Then my mother gave birth to a warrior visionary. But when I speak this truth, I feel like nobody hears me. Every once in a while, I give sight to someone blind, floating on the globe in the heliocentric lie. Dilate your pupils the more you open your eyes. The truth is hidden in plain sight like a disguise. Until my mother's death is revenge, I won't be satisfied.
My name's Lucy. I just read all your research on the human brain. We need to meet.
All of my research? Well, I'm very flattered, young lady, but I find that hard to believe. I must have written no less than
6,734 pages. I can recite them to you all by heart if you wish.
It was a cold April morning under the constellation Aries. The moon was 85% under the luminaries. From the celestial waters to the womb my soul was carried. Then my mother gave birth to a warrior visionary. When I speak truth, I feel like nobody hears me. But every once in a while, I give sight to someone blind, floating on the globe in a heliocentric lie. Dilate the pupils the more you open your eyes. The truth is hidden in plain sight like a disguise. Until my mother's death is revenge, I won't feel satisfied. It haunts me when I think about the phone call when she died. A river worth of tears shed from my eyes. I looked up at the sky and I asked God why.
Professor, my cells are reproducing at a phenomenal speed, several million per second. I'm having trouble precisely evaluating the time of my death, but I doubt it'll last more than 24 hours.
what are you talking about?
What I'm saying is that your theory is not a theory. I absorbed a large quantity of synthetic CPH4 that will allow me to use 100% of my cerebral capacity.
Is God alive, or is it something you see when you die? You only achieve stuff in life when you try. If I can let you die, what kind of God am I? In a multiverse where the souls multiply, then divide into specks of ether in the sky. This photo sent to us through photosynthesis for those sent to us. The Matrix is Morpheus, the math trick is adding up. Now we bagging up mushrooms, I can't bag enough. Bite one and you will see God come in the form of a large sum. My guard's up, fuck those who aren't tough. I got enough tough to fill a barn up. I'm armed up, my struggles come from karma. My blood come from lava, formed into a larva. Life started in our Gartha.
What I'm saying is that your theory is not a theory. I absorbed a large quantity of synthetic CPH4.
21 years, I'm still waiting for a reply. Since birth we've been at war. Teachers attack youth's undeveloped minds. Schools are indoctrination camps, making us dumb, deaf, and blind. I'm always thinking of solutions, we are running out of time. Their dirty witchcraft is weak, I see through all the lies. I clearly analyze all their symbols and the signs. When I connect the dots, the truth starts to align. The people are the true power, you can never eclipse my shine. I say the truth hurts, but the truth has set you free. They say hell burns and there's a one-way ticket for me. You create your own heaven or hell, whether or not you believe. I'm God and Satan, you have to balance out that chi. One day these seeds I plant will bloom, so you can be all you can be. Never give up and always hold your head high. You are God, no need to look to the sky.
What I'm saying is that your theory is not a theory. I absorbed a large quantity of synthetic CPH4 that will allow me to use 100% of my cerebral capacity. Right now I'm at 28%, and what she wrote is true. Once the brain reaches 20%, it opens up and expands the rest. There are no more obstacles. They fall away like dominoes. I'm colonizing my own brain. Professor, my cells are reproducing at a phenomenal speed, several million per second. And I'm having trouble precisely evaluating the time of my death, but I doubt it'll last more than 24 hours.
What are you talking about?
What I'm saying is that your theory is not a theory. I absorbed a large quantity of synthetic CPH4 that will allow me to use 100% of my cerebral capacity. Lucy, I just read all your research on the human brain. We need to meet.
All of my research? Wow, I'm very flattered.
Yeah, I had, StreamYard. Peace to everybody, first of all. Peace to Nagajini, Lonnie. I was having technical difficulties, man. I don't know, man. The stream better, but I call bullshit. Take this off. Boop. I had the screen already set up, and it was giving me technical difficulties already. I had everything set up to go. Just wanted the intro played twice without it even being on loop. This junk was tripping. It played a whole nother song, so I just let it play. I got 8 pictures I want to go over for the fact that I couldn't zoom in on my phone, which sucks. Shit, I just remembered I gotta do something. I was supposed to. Fuck. Facebook. Oops. I'm gonna open the panel in a second. Because Furious TV, if I open the panel, let people up, it's gonna screw everything up because StreamYard be fine. You know, as soon as I put people here, it's gonna screw my voice up more. But I found a lot of these, not a lot. This one painting here, I wanted to zoom in. All these labyrinths remind me of a resonance generator. Not to say there is and everything, but some like in the church floors, they have the same thing as a labyrinth or a maze, but it's really a resonance generator. It looks just like mazes. There's really nothing to see here that I thought. Yeah, there's nothing to see here. Let's go to the next picture. Because not only is there a bunch of women with their boobies out on the French Sea playing instruments and dancing. I mean,
Some of these look like giants, while others look like little people. Look, you got people sitting on the mountaintops watching these mermaids dance. Or they're not mermaids because they got feet. But this dude over here is riding a sea. It looks like Poseidon. Man, these old maps are the shit. You know, they make everything so much more interesting. So much more interesting. Here's a queen up here. Barstable. I be trying to look these names up too on these old maps, but it's rare you find any of these. You know, this could have been the old world people, because at least it says the French the wherever that is. Saint Nicholas Mountain. Rossland. Whatever. Not much to see here either. Um, I'll skip to this one. Can't see the chat, so people are. I'll check in a second. Now, I found this picture because of somebody was on a live stream and they mentioned this picture. I forgot what it's called. The mirror which flatters not. It reminds me of the saying, how you see the ball on his under his foot. God uses this, you know, the realm as his footstool. You got your hourglass with wings and a skull. Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter, and Deuteronomy 32:29. Hominium, whatever that means. Is that how you say homo land? Hominium? Peace, boy. Native, it's good, bro. How's life treating you? Hold on. Am I only live on one channel? Did I put one channel or no? What the fuck is going on here? Peace, Marcel. Furies. I said Peace TV. Damn, man. You know, I gotta go over here.
Dude, your audio is.
What's up, boy?
Yo,
Stop
what's
this
up, dude?
shit.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Hey, dude, your audio is like your audio is like too crappy, dude. Like it's been like that for like days. It's like
it's because I'm moving. It's because I'm moving the mouse when I'm looking at pictures. It does that. I bet you it's not now. Probably
Stop
when I wasn't
moving
moving the mouse, it was fine.
Okay.
How do I sound now in the chat? Why isn't it sending?
It's still a bit. It's still a bit. It's still a bit shifty.
Oh well. Yeah. Because StreamYard's liars. That's why they say, "Oh,
Somebody
pay us
get
money
this
and
guy
it'll be
some
better,"
these-
and it's worse.
Yeah, you just got to get yourself some better internet, right? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it is a hot spot. I just wanted to show these pictures, so I had to go on my laptop so I could zoom in. I want to look at these two maps I got.
See, now it's okay. Now the audio is okay.
You're paying a water bill, native, on your reservation. What the heck's going on? If anything, the government should be paying your water bill. How does that work? Unless you pay to the reservation. I didn't think of that. Oh, my bad. Oh, yeah, okay. He said it goes to the tribe. All right, that sounds better. Oh, shit. What am I doing?
Okay, Lonnie says it's good until you talk. I will stop talking, Lonnie. I will stop talking.
It's good till I talk.
I see. I mean, what are you trying to say here, Lonnie? I mean,
yeah,
I mean,
get it.
We should shut up. I mean, no, I get it. But then, you know, it's. I mean, the audio is. I mean, I've been listening to your streams.
Maybe I didn't.
No, something went off. You know, in the last week, your audio, not the audio in StreamYard, but your audio that comes from. It's like it crackles up each and every time, but like most of the time.
I thought I went live on two of my channels. I guess I didn't. Oh well. Too late now. Yeah, there is some sort of interference. My voice is, I don't know.
Don't touch that mouse.
Let me just do the. Yeah, I'm just gonna do these two maps. And I'm getting off of this thing. Hold on.
Well, I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't claim to know what it is, but I mean, there's something, and I don't know what it is. You know, it's
definitely the mouse.
I think it sounds like a very plausible issue. Yeah, that mouses, especially, is it an infrared mouse? If it's infrared and
No.
Bluetooth, it's gonna give you. Okay, so I mean, if it's infrared mouse and Bluetooth, it's gonna give you some interference.
I didn't realize I had all these pictures ready to go. Maybe that's the problem. Huh. Oops.
Yeah,
That could
that's
be the
it.
big problem.
That's it. Well, but all in all, it's hard to listen to you. I mean, I can hear what you're saying, but I really have to pay a lot of attention to. I really need to want to hear what you're saying, if you know what I'm saying, right? Because your audio is so distorted.
That's a lot of saying.
Yeah, that's a lot of saying there, right? Yeah.
Jesus, this makes me nuts, man. Like, what's the point?
Well, that's why I'm trying to have a conversation with, because, well, because I like you, I love you, and I appreciate what you're doing. And not all the time, though. But then again, I do. And but I also want to make it known to you. Come on, dude. It's very hard to hear what you're saying. Okay, the audio is. Am I the only one experiencing this, or is? I mean.
Well, I'm gonna get off of this as soon as I look at these two maps real quick.
Nah, see, it's undoable, dude. It's undoable.
If this fucking thing would ever come up, like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! 10 minutes later, it comes up. Like, whoever's running StreamYard should get uppercut slap.
Dude, what about this fucking? What about this?
An uppercut.
What about this brand that you're trying to promote in the top right of your screen? That's like, why is that busting? It's irritating, and I think it's taking up a lot of space. If you just leave out that thing, top left, top right of the screen, it's like, I think that would change things a bit. I don't know.
Man, I never had so much technical difficulties as now. Hey, let me hurry this up. This looks like pork chops. I hate stuff like this. So much for you seeing anything. Let's see. There. Oh, boy jumped off. I guess boy didn't like my bothered him too much. The little picture I have in the corner. Damn, boy, let that little picture strike you out like that. Peace mark basket. Yeah, I was gonna look at these maps, but I'll do that at my own time. That one picture, though, I wanted to find out what that meant in Latin because I think it was someone on Joe Rogan mentioned the people who are in the secret society. You know what? I'll pull it up a different way. Maybe it won't interfere so much. Boy dipped out, man. He couldn't wait 10 minutes. Man, boy. I dropped the link. Man, what was Hurricane JW, man? Shout out to him. You know, he sees the same thing I do. You know, people say they see immigrants. I don't. I see soldiers coming across the border. Come on, man, load up. This is a 1989 Apple computer. It's starting to really piss me off. Jesus Christ. Where are you when we need you, Jesus? We're up in heaven fucking the whores. So I said, this picture. I'm going to decipher that bottom part. This picture right here. Peace, along. Minotaur. What's that? What's the whatever the Minotaur? A labyrinth is like a maze. Oh, you had to research labyrinths at school? Shit. I don't even. Man. School. Here's a book that went with this picture. And now I can't remember the title to the book, which sucks, but it's very important. I'll find out what book this is to right now. Because I found this picture by typing in the mirror, which flatters not, you know, which fits them perfect. Because they like to mirror everything anyway. They're double speaking. Hey, boy, if you can hear me, you gotta work on your patience, bro. What did I say? Mirror which flatters not. Okay. Let's see. Interesting. I didn't know that was the name of the book, too. By John Payne in 1639. The mirror which flatters not is an engraved woodcut for the book by Jean Puget de la something. Crowned death is seated on a pile of skulls and bones. Well, obviously, we could fucking see that. Huh. I didn't even pay attention to the ball drop or nothing. Every day is a new day. Interesting. And this picture, fucking on the website, they cut the bottom piece out. That's interesting. Why did they do that? Anyway. I would have designed a maze, making it look like the system. 24. I forgot what if you reverse 24, you get 42, which in the gematria calculator, if I'm not mistaken, Simple Truth TV said he says the 42. I have to get the calculator and look this up. I mean, I might as well play a video since no one's coming up. That's what I'm gonna do. No, I'm not. Maybe I am. Who should I play? Who should I play? Is the question. A Simple Truth TV video or a Divergent? What the hell's going on here? Dude. Kidding me here? There we go. StreamYard's really getting on my nerves. Oh my god. I'm about ready to punch this fucking thing. Peace, Christos. TV, actually, man, he hasn't been dropping no videos. Why is my chat gone? Yeah. I was gonna do that movie, but but everyone who wanted to come ain't here, so I'm not gonna do the movie thing. For the movie 9, I might do the movie 9 or The Creator, one of those two. No programs are running. It's the hotspot. And truthfully, it didn't start like this until I started paying for StreamYard. Yeah, ever since I started paying, everything slowed down. It's like, what a rip. I knew it. Oh, this could be why too. Turn my voice down. I turn my voice down. Usually if the voice is up high, I know what to do. Hold on. Fuck. Okay. What the Oop. Mic check. Interesting. How do I sound now? Do I sound? No. How do I sound now? Sound good? I was messing with the controls. I remember when they say you buy the package, you're able to change. Damn, now my voice is on point. The halo's on point. I think because I had the wrong settings. Oh, now I'm gurgling. The fuck? Which one is it? Good, bad, gurgle. Which one? Is it good, bad, or gurgle? Alright, I switched over. I'm telling you, it's the fucking laptop. My phone don't ever do that shit. But, I wasn't gonna play a video, but fuck it. I should have pulled up videos on these people coming across the border. This is a problem with that. None of them look hungry, dirty. Well, not none of them. Some do. But, there's a problem with the news. You can't trust the news because the tactics, like I'll use the war for an example. The same tactics the news used for the Middle East, they're using for this war. They've been caught so many times. So who's to say they're not lying about people coming over the border, man? Who knows how many are coming over the border? I would like to speak to some Texans or what else? Some people. Well, what's her name? From Arizona. And I watched some military channel this morning, and I had a guy from Africa, and he said that one of the recruiters recruited him and what got him to join was a recruiter said, you want to become a citizen, which is mind blown to me. You want to become a citizen? So they're recruiting anybody, and it's probably mostly people who want to be citizens. So now you're gonna have, I don't know, it's not the person's fault, because if I came from a country that was shit, I would do the same thing. I'm not mad at the people. I don't trust the government and some of these moves they make. What is the purpose? Is not enough Americans joining the military? What do you think, S? Is these could be UN troops? That was my first thought. The Trojan horse would be to get these men to come in, because they couldn't get UN soldiers, right? If they brought them here in uniform, people would know. It would spread alarms. But if you brought them over as refugees, get them in the country, that's a Trojan horse. Perfect. I mean, these men coming over, they look African. And if you look at the UN soldiers, there's a lot of African UN soldiers. It's just what it is. There's a lot of people coming across the border that are not Mexican or any country below, Mexico. I could name them all. We'll be here for like 10 minutes, but paid mercenaries. When I seen the video of the U.S. government in the Middle East training soldiers, they had a city mocked up to look like any small city in the U.S., and they were training soldiers to go door to door, kick them in, So what is their plan? I don't know. I've been suspicious of this for a while. I called this like a year and a half ago. Yeah, well, most of the people running this country are German and something else. Can't even say that word no more. I personally ain't buying this. Just like the Jays and the mustache men, it's the same division as the black and white agenda. Same thing. If you say the JEW or you say the mustache man's crew, the NAZs, it triggers trigger words, just like black and white. It's this division disgustes me in this country. If shit happened and hit the fan, do you think bullets care? What religion you are? It don't. Bullets don't care, and neither the enemy ain't gonna care either. What you look like, what religion you are, none of that's gonna matter. Political tyranny don't care what you look like, None of that. But people want to come together when it's too late. And people kill me. They be like, well, if shit hits the fan, I'll go in the country and take their shit. No, you won't. That'd be the worst place to go, the country. Them hillbillies are packing like Rambo. That, and they ain't asking no questions. You know, I see a lot of these veterans practicing in videos and stuff. They got night vision, all this stuff. I've seen some night vision goggles, and let me tell you, if you got a crew at night vision, you know, they got stuff that people say Civil War and this and that. You know, that makes me laugh because the military got shit. Regular civilians most likely don't. Yeah, I know, S. Some lady in Chicago called that out in the news, and she said that ain't right. And it's not. You know, there's people in this country that work their whole life, and they can't get no help. A guy recorded a video of a bus in New York City. Not only are they going into 4-star or 5-star hotels, as they got ankle bracelets on their feet. The guy called it out. He's like, why do these people have ankle bracelets on? I could think of many reasons. You know, they're probably owned like a farm animal, and they're being tracked. You know, like if you don't do this, we'll send you back. Or so, you know, I can imagine the shit they're hanging over those people's heads. If you don't do this, all they got to say is you're going back to your country. How much you want to bet they'll do it? I don't know. They got something up their sleeve, and this stupid fake war is a distraction. They would love to topple this country. The people in power don't want us even talking about what we don't agree with. That says a lot. They want to take that away. You know, even police are arresting people because they put their middle finger up to them. That's how butthurt these little baby cops are. And just by them getting away with it blows my mind. Like, that goes to show you the stripes, the people wearing the vectors, or, you know, they're you know, not for the Constitution. That so-called freedom's out the window. If they're gonna let an officer, even I got a video of a good officer. I had to save it, and this guy was going into a city hall doing his what do you call that? Anyway, you know the videos people put out. The dude said, "I'm gonna call the cops if you don't leave." The cop came and backed the guy up like they're supposed to do. He told the security guard, "This is a public whatever. He's coming to do legitimate work, paperwork and shit." And the cop backed him up, which is the first video I've seen where a cop did that. All the other tyrannical people will kick you out. So I knew there was some good police somewhere, but that doesn't mean I like them. I just can't be a hypocrite and not give them credit when credit's due as much. I've seen videos of soldiers going to Ukraine, and they were saying it's a setup. Now, who knows if that video was even real? But that would have been another second. I mean, most of our soldiers are overseas anyway. We got more bases overseas and more people outside of the country than we do in, which is crazy, right? If I had the money, I would go to the border, straight up. The XL Bully band? What's that? I know Britain and them regret giving up their guns. In Canada. Thanks, Lonnie. War isn't the answer. But if you gotta protect yourself and your family, you know, you ain't gonna do it with machetes and pots and pans. I'll tell you that. And also, this is how I see it. Alright, the military knows that if they were to go door to door, they would have to use people who don't live here, the United Nations, because there's soldiers that have families and friends. So their best bet would to get people that don't know English and soldiers that aren't from this country would be the best. You think soldiers that are fighting for their country are going to want to do this to their own people? Probably they would, you know. I just couldn't, I don't know. I don't understand these police either, you know. I guess money controls people. You know, I got a family to feed. I'll never forget that video when the guy was putting up the towers, the microwave towers, and he was saying, you know, I know in 7 years I'm going to need cancer treatment and this and that. And I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, you know, it's going to cause health issues, and yet you're still going to do it. Now, people don't think of the future too brightly. You're worried about your family eating now, but what are they going to do in 7 years when you're on cancer treatment? Hello? You make that good of money to where you don't care about your life in 7 years? Come on. I don't know anymore. Yeah, I don't know, Marcel. The indoctrination camps have done a good job into mind fucking the newer generations. Like, everything's racist. You know, I hear a lot of people saying if people say the word nigga, it's racist. No, it's not. Now if you put the ER and you say with an attitude, you get smacked up. But everything's racist and sexist, and people have lost their whole mind. I don't know what happened. Either a heavy dose of MED. Oops. Oh, shit. Oh. Huh. Why am I missing one of the settings here? There used to be 3 settings for the mic. Now what was I saying before? I know I was talking about everything, but I was going to change the subject. Yeah, this is odd. Anyway. It's just odd to me that those people, and I should have kept that video and downloaded it and reviewed it to see if all those, like someone, and they were telling him not to record the people getting off the bus, and they had ankle bracelets on. That's some crazy stuff. Peace, Alchemos 83. Some immigrants have been caught flying home for Christmas. Well, interview, they had weapons. The boats. Oh shit. That ain't good, S. Light blue, we all know what that is. Oh shit. Man. So if they're on an England military base with baby blue on, I could assure you it's the same here. Now, people think the United States they're ran by the crown. Me personally, I don't know what to think when it comes to the foundation of this so-called country, right? What's a bully? In America, a bully is somebody who like picks on somebody. But I know different countries have different lingo. A dog? Okay. I want to know who, you know, I got a lot of pictures of the old world, and I think I took those down. Overlay. Let's see, I still got them up. Nope, but I'll pull them up. All right, I found these statues. All right, watch this. Let me get the other one. Got this statue. I can't. This is some. No, this isn't the one. All right, so this. I've been trying to figure out who. This is the World's Fair, which is basically this one. I think is kind of the same thing, but you could tell her scepter is different in this one. I think. Who is this woman? Or is that a man? Or is that a... Because Zeus also holds that ball with an eagle on it. Then you got Athena right here. And it's, you know, they got a ball with a winged angel holding a toroidal field. And then you got Medea Batumi. I'm even saying that right. She's holding a cow. And she's missing an arm. I wonder if she had a prosthetic arm. But I could never figure out who this is. Maybe that is Athena. I don't know. I mean, she got a crown, and this lady has a crown of whatever them things are. Fig leaves, I think, which means peace. Well, the Statue of Liberty is a little different. And then the Statue of Liberty, they say it's because there's a male statue that had that same crown as Statue of Liberty, and then they even compared it to the bearer of light being Lucifer, and New York City being the Big Apple. Um, um, damn, the Big Apple. You know, people like say New York's the most sinning, but what about Las Vegas? And what about Los Angeles, the city of angels? What type of angels? Probably the fallen angels, considering you got Hollywood, which the holly tree, they use the wood from a holly tree to make their magical wands. And what is Hollywood based off of? Magic, Disney, casting spells, magicians in these movies. They're acting out in roles and using technology for camera tricks, which is like magic. Then you got names like I just said, the Big Apple, which is mocking Genesis. Not to say the Bible's 100% true. You know, people say King James is a piece of shit, right? I've had Christians say, oh, I know King James was a murderer, but they still love the book. I'm confused. And they have excuses like, oh, they rewrote it, man. And you know, it's just, I don't understand. You know, I don't think the creator cares if we worship a book or not. It's about how you treat people. And a lot of religious people won't pass that test of treating people good, because if you don't believe in their books, they tend to look down on you like they're on a pedestal. You know what's crazy? I've seen this video, right? And you know, I just have questions. He went to Africa, this guy, and he donated 1,000,000 shillings or something to this church. His name was Sham or Shem, one of those two. It's probably Jewish, which that don't matter. But the point is, why is there always videos that show so-called white people donating money in Africa? The guy's name was Shem, which wasn't that one of Noah's son's name, or was it Sham? Shem, Sham, Sham. Yeah, and the guy was like, "Hallelujah," because he introduced himself to Sham, or was it Shem? I think it's Sham, because that was Shem. All right, that's what it was. That's when he said his name, I thought of Noah's son. I know one was Ham. I mean, you know, the Muslims was pissed off at him for calling his son Ham. Holy shit! Imagine that. You go to a Muslim city and ask your name, and you say Ham. Oh, oh man, you're fucked. They don't fuck with that pork. And then this, I don't know. I seen some crazy videos this morning that just I seen a video of a tribe, and they were using cow pee, and they were letting it go into their hair while the cow was peeing, and the guy was going in on them, like joking and talking shit, and I'm like, damn, how do they know that's not like a remedy to get lice or something? All right, so his name was Shem then. I thought it was Sham. But we got nothing to worry about. Jesus will be here soon. He's going to solve all our problems. I know he's disappointed though, because he took all those sins, you know, and yet the world's shittier than ever. I think he might not return because he'd be disappointed. You know, he must be mad at his father for taking all them sins. And look, the world's shittier than ever. You know, his father pulled a deadbeat move on him. The man, the myth, the legend, the G.O. Dizzle that can create people from dirt and shit and, you know, throw rocks from the heavens. Couldn't save his own son. Like, who would sacrifice their own son if they got all these mighty powers? I've always questioned that. You know, I would never ask somebody to sacrifice their son to show their allegiance. Or put, yeah, I don't know if Phil's gonna return. Nanu. Now that's when they talk about the sun being the actual sun or the fluid that goes up and down the spine. That makes hella more sense than all the other stuff they talk. Who stayed up to watch that ball drop? Not me. Yeah, but when I found out the word sin was missed, when they said man was born into sin, this guy explained that they miss what's the word I'm looking for? They not interpreted, the translation was messed up because in Hebrew there is no sin, it's shin. They thought it meant sin, but shin, like I've said before, means you're born with the lack of knowledge. That makes more sense than everyone's, because children to me are more innocent than anything. They have no knowledge of killing or any of that stuff until they're introduced to it. Yeah, it does. It also means tooth too. I got to get on the ball, man, and put chapter 2 or 3 out for that book. I just been slacking. Peace, mind's eye. Yeah, my I don't know if my alerts went out. I don't think that I did it less than an hour. Probably didn't even send alerts out. I see a lot of people wearing those diapers again, man. What's going on? I don't watch the news, so people are putting them damn things on again. Whatever, that's their choice. I just don't want to hear people saying I got to do anything. Times have changed. It's out with the old, in with the new. It's like out when the Buccaneers beat the Patriots, or I mean, sorry, when Brady went from the Patriots to the Buccaneers, he went from a Patriot to a Pirate. Think about that. And there's symbolism in these sports. When he did that, I knew it was over for these Patriots. That was the sign of this country's gonna go. And now, from what I hear, Trump can't run for president. Now what? Yeah. What's going on with that? Has anyone heard anything? Because from what I hear, he can't even run now. Yeah. Now what the Trumpers got to say about that? When are people going to realize that shit's rigged? And no one's going to come save the day but us. No president, no deity. No Superman, no Batman. And I wouldn't want no Superman or Batman to come anyway, because they work with the government. Yeah, I gotta see if what's his name is in here. Hurricane, what is it? Hurricane JW, I think. I want to ask him. Let me see. Let me look this up. Let's see what they're saying about the news. What the hell? Man, it says take a look at astonishing new images of Jupiter and the volcanic moon. Get the fuck out of here, man. Of course they're gonna disqualify him because the man is smoking his competition. He's got like 60% and the rest got little pieces. A little 10% here. Trump, I've never seen a lead like this. You know, Biden, they thought, Biden, everyone turned, not everyone, but a good amount turned on him. You know, people should have listened. You know, you would think people were right with the Jabaduski and a lot of other shit. we were right on, and yet people still don't listen. Not like he's gonna, you know, save the day. You know, people say all these people were put to death for treason, but where's the proof? You're saying that these people are doubles, and for people that want, let's call it justice, right? We'll just use that word. For people who want these criminals put away, why would you keep it on the low? I get it. They don't blow their cover, but I don't know. Something ain't adding up to me. Well, when is voting time, Faceplant? I don't even know. I don't remember. It's coming up, right? Isn't like this month is Biden's last hurrah, right? Isn't his last time? When is, I gotta see when voting is, man. Hold on, let me look this up. Yeah, it says who's likely to win presidency. It says Donald Trump at 45.45%, right? Then you got Joe Biden at 33.33, and then you got Nikki Haley at 13.33, and then you got Gavin Newsom. I never heard of none of these people except for Joe the Schmo. What date is this stupid thing going to take place? Oh, right here. Oh, not till November of this year. Come on. I thought it was like this month. I just wanted to see Joe Schmiden get smacked off the stage. That fucking loser. Destroyed everything. You know, when Biden got in and reversed everything Trump did, I said, man, this is a fucking stage. Of course it will, S. Yeah, I know, Mark. I was looking at that. When he first got in, people, you know, and who's seen the video when he was getting in and all the soldiers turned their back on Biden? What did y'all think about that? What was that about? They all turned their back to Schmiden. He don't run the show anyway. He's just a puppeteer. I mean, a puppet, sorry. I like when Trump said, "You don't even know if he's dead or alive." Ha! Oh, shit. You know how many of them people committed treason? You know how much tax money was probably stolen? It didn't go to no other countries. They were pocketing that shit. They got everyone in their back pocket. The FBI, the CIA. Nothing's gonna happen to these people. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Now, if people could for the most part, get their head out their ass, and we could come together for a common cause, and people realize it doesn't matter what color you are. If people want to use colors, like I said before, it don't matter what religion you are. It don't matter what if you're male, female, or whatever you want to identify as, a fucking VCR box. It don't matter. When they come for them soul collecting, you better let your gun start erecting. I wouldn't be surprised if the people have more guns than the military. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yam, shimmy, yay. Give me the mic so I could take it away. Oh, dirty bastard. So who wants to get on this beat with me, man? Since Frenchie Kush ain't answering me, I don't know what's going on. But I added this intro. This is the beat.
Our bodies are given life in the midst of nothingness. Existing where there is nothing is the meaning of the phrase, form is emptiness. That all things are provided for by nothingness is the meaning of the phrase, emptiness is form. One should not think that these are two separate things. Can I be here?
I gotta send that to Sir Drop 2. Divide and conquer is right. Found this old map right here, and this is like the Spanish Main, the pirate havens from Isn't it funny the Skull and Bones use the pirate flag symbol, right? And that symbol also is used for witchcraft. When they use real people's bones to conjure up spirits. If that's even true. What happened yesterday? A Plain Truth TV. I haven't heard of him in a while. Peace, Gabriel. Peace to all the 14 people in here. Damn, what the hell? You know what else could be why everything's slow? I don't. Maybe there's a lot of people on here. Happy New Year! Click clack. Whose man's is that? Christos. Whenever I watched a short video and at the end, dude was like, whose man's is that? And it made me think of Chris, man, when he said that. That was hilarious. When Nemesis was up here, he's like, whose man's is that? Little Wing 6 was 9. That's the yin and yang. Thank you, Little Wing. That could be like a superhero's name, or an angel's name. Little Wing. The Metis Federation. Alright, hold on. This one, Faceplant, it's like the skull and bones. And we could say the ears on the buffalo look like horns. Damn, I wonder if Dean's awake. Probably not. Square and compass, where? I don't see no square and compass. Hmm. Oh yeah. Snap into a Slim Jim. Interesting. You gotta always watch out on certain dates, like February 23rd, March 22nd, because those equal 322 or 223. You know. Do you know? Or do you don't know? Why does that matter, Chuck? I don't know. Because maybe it's in plain sight on this one. Oh, they got a motto, don't they? Founded in 1832. Interesting. Well, we know where they get two of the numbers in the 322. I'm going to take a list copy of these names and look them up, just to see how powerful the skull and bones are. Because they meet in New Haven, Connecticut. I'll slap the shit out of all of them. But unfortunately, you gotta be kidding me. Hold on. Vacuum skull and crossbone. But where is this picture from? It doesn't say. There he is. This guy right here is my favorite criminal of them all. You know, because what he did to the country. This is when the country really started to go to shit. Was when this criminal was in power. There's 13 people in the chat, which is a strong Masonic number. I hate those lighters that click like that. I'm gonna troll a little bit. Put my trolling symbol on. And now we're rolling. Man, I'm surprised nobody came up today. What a sucky live this was. It's a square and compass too. don't know about that. Might have to argue that one. Let me see what you're talking about here. See, because this, to me, this picture, to me, relates to the Skull and Bones. With this. I mean, I don't know. I don't see the square and compass. I mean, it could. What's up, face plant? This, I mean, you would have to push the bones up to make it more or less a.
You know, I had to come up.
Now I hear you.
Yeah, you pulled me up with the bat signal you put up there. Couldn't let that go without it. I couldn't let that go without a meter.
I'm gonna take this symbol right here, and I'm gonna slide it over to his face, and make a new meme.
Yeah, Chuck. They even use that in the Vatican. They have little shit they pray to or whatever. The Pope in the Vatican, they have their skull and bones in there too.
Yeah, they use Latin when they pray. It sounds like they're speaking in tongue, which they are.
Like the whole, it's a satanic antichrist system. The whole thing is run by the Jesuits. They installed the communists. They installed the royalties.
Oh, you went out. You there?
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, okay. What do you mean royalties? Like, I know what a royalty is. Like
the kings and queens, they were all installed by the controllers. And the
who knows that they were truly queens, you know? They could have been two men for all we know.
Yeah, they were just front men, figureheads. Just like Musk didn't build fuck all. He's just a front man. Same with Zuckerberg. They're just... How in the hell did Musk build all that shit and own everything? Like, there's no way. He's just it's just a tool.
What do you think about their reversible rocket? Do you think that's even possible? Do you even think that was real? Like,
no, they just ran the fucking video backwards.
Ha! Oh shit, that's a good I never heard of that one. That's good. I didn't think of that either.
I saw the one where they had a pad out on the water and they launched it, and then they showed a video of it landing, and it was just a reverse image of it taken off, and it was just a firework. It was just a fucking balloon.
Interesting. I haven't heard that point of view yet. That's good.
It just looked so obvious. It just like run the film backwards, and then you'll see it come down, and then the fire, and then the fire goes out, and it's on the ground.
Peace, Dominic.
No debris or dirt or anything around there. Just like it was getting ready to take off after it landed.
I've seen that video, and it made me think, you hear all the people in the background cheering, "Oh my God," and blah blah blah. I'm like, who? I don't know. This whole space illusion really got people. It just amazes me how school feeds you a bunch of bullshit and people think they're smart and they can't think outside the box. And I'm not downing anyone. I'm just, the brainwashing goes so far, man, that it's unbelievable.
Well, and the recent SpaceX ones that they blew up once they got up in the air, right? A rapid, unscheduled disassembly. That's what they called it, a RUD, something like that. Rapid, unscheduled disassembly.
You know how much shit they're finding in the oceans, on the ocean floor, from NASA and military dumping planes and tanks and all types of shit when there were storms. And
the thing
man,
is, it's so much more crazy bullshit coming out every day. It's like they're trying to see how much they can be obvious, and people are still going along with it. It's like a tester. Well, if they'll actually believe this, holy fuck, are they stupid? We can do anything.
Right.
We can pull any fear tactic to just make people just automatically go, go do whatever they say.
Yeah, it's mind blowing, faceplant. Like, I tell people, they must sit there and be like, "Oh, these people are dumb as a doornail. We had them believing we went to the moon. What else can we pull off? Oh, 911. Oh, that was a big one. Oh fuck, I knew something was wrong with that off the bat. I said, son, ain't adding up here. Especially when you find out they were doing an actual drill that morning for that exact incident. What's the chances of that, right?
It's just like, about the Event 201, right?
2021 event?
No, Event 201. It was by the World Economic Forum. It was in 2019, and it was a simulation of a economic response to a pandemic.
Yeah, I heard about it. That was another fucking wool they pulled over people's eyes. Heavy, man. Like one.
Well, that was
man.
Predictive programming. It was like getting you ready for what they're going to do next.
It was a test run.
But it was still a model for what they're going to do with the economy. Like, it was the purpose of it was to do to the economy where it's at now.
Have you read the CIA paperwork about that 911 incident? That was supposed to happen to the ruler of Cuba. They were going to use that same movie. They were going to roll out that same movie that they did, but they ended up using it on Saddam instead. When I read that paperwork, I couldn't believe it. They were going to try the same thing with, what's the dude's name from Cuba?
Castro.
Yeah, they were going to use it on him, but for some reason they changed.
See, but all these assholes, they're already buddies behind the scene. Like, the Canadian politicians were all hooked up and buddies with Castro and the Cubans. It was all a big fucking play, a production. It's all staged. The whole shit. Like, Americans couldn't go to Cuba and that, but Canadians could go to Cuba, no problem.
And they ended up sending all their criminals here, allegedly.
It really was to quarantine the people away from each other, was the purpose of it. it wasn't because, you know, like the communism, all that shit was set up too. Like the same controllers that put the Romanovs in power took them out with Bolsheviks. And everything was timed to go along with the events in Europe and America at the same time. It's all like a fucking soap opera. They wrote it ahead of time and they just played it out on us over hundreds of years. It's still doing it.
Trying to find this. Peace, Misael. Only the wise. I'm trying to find. I don't know. Somebody. This is crazy. Let me look at this again. Interesting here.
Damn, I did something to my knee.
Oh, okay. That sucks. When your knees start to go out when you get older, that blows.
I think I whacked it against something in the dark.
In the dark, Mark.
No, but my knees used to be bad. A lot of my ailments went away when I quit everything a few years ago. From work, basically, is what my knees were screwed from.
Eating a lot of meat, I heard, you'll feel pain in your bones and all types of shit.
I haven't eaten meat in about 6 or 7 years now. I just decided I didn't need it. And the meat I was getting at the store was crap. So.
This is crazy.
What are you looking at?
I'm tracking a package, but it doesn't tell me where it's at. Anyway.
So if it tells you where your package is, if it's in an Amazon truck or whatever?
No, it don't. It just says, it showed me when the thing was created, the number, and it doesn't tell me where it is. It don't matter. It's probably small enough to fit in my mailbox, so. Oh, shit. Had to stretch.
Here they stopped home mail service. I used to get the mail at the house, and now I have to walk to the next street where they have a bunch of mailboxes sitting there.
Hey, Dom, is that thing, it can't be in that big of a package. It's probably in an envelope, which fits in the mailbox. I ain't too worried about it. If I ever catch someone's hands in my mailbox, it will no longer have any. I'll go get my machete. Give him a whack or two. Back in the old days, we'll chop your fingers off. Imagine that, man. You steal the wrong man's shit, and he catches you, brings you in his basement, have someone hold your hand down and smashes your fingers with a hammer. What movie was that? Casino? Oh, I felt for that actor. I was like, if that was real, oh, the pain that would be. Hammering your fingers. Oh, I hit my hand in carpentry trying to whack nails in fast. That was a mother grabber. I can't imagine someone just smashing your hands. Yeah, our bodies weren't meant to digest meat.
There's some native people up around here. If you get caught with the wrong woman, you don't lose your hand, you lose something else.
Ouch. Peace, Dominic.
Hey, Charles. Hey, Face Plant.
Hey.
Yeah, I put that number in, and all it did was show me that it said tracking number created December 29th. It's only been like 4 days. Who sent me? Yeah, AK sent me this laptop from Alaska. It took about 10, 12 days to get here.
I'm waiting for I had to order a battery for my old tablet. What was it? $120. So I can't wait to get that. See what's on the old tablet that I forgot about.
Well, one thing, I don't know, I kind of take that back because I look at the ancestors that ate meat because they didn't ever have health issues until stuff was being injected into the animals. They ate meat all the time and they were diesel and healthy. They ate a lot of potatoes and everything they say isn't good for us now. Yeah, it ain't good for us now because it ain't the potato itself. You know, potatoes, yeah, they create sugar and stuff, but I don't think it's that. It's what they're injecting and spraying on shit is what's fucking killing people.
Yeah, and about what they're telling us now is mostly lies.
Peace, Flora. I gotta accept your friend thing on Facebook. I didn't forget. Do it today.
I listened to a radio station from North Dakota, this one particular radio station, and they have this some kind of doctor on there, and he's just pro dairy and pro meat. It's like he's saying you need this to live, and it's obviously a lie.
A doctor said that?
Yeah, and some of what he's saying is true, but when he says you need the dairy and you need the protein, animal protein, it's just wrong because obviously I don't.
Well, doctors would say stuff like that. If a doctor told you an apple a day keeps a doctor away, they won't say that. Because then that's less money for them. They're going to tell you stuff that's going to keep your ass coming in. They mix truth with lies. Because the lies will keep you coming for checkups.
They give you stuff to keep you coming in.
That's why I just stopped believing what any doctor says. And if I have to look it up myself, I'll do it. And then I still don't have 100% trust in what I look up. If you can't trust the government, who can you trust?
They switch things up too. Like everything's bait and switch. What used to be good is turned bad. You know, what used to be wholesome is turned perverted. What used to be healthy is now going to kill you. switch.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Biscottio. You borged out.
That was from that Simpsons episode, Police Cop,
Huh.
where he was gonna be a character in this TV show. And the first episode, like, he was really cool and everything. But within a couple episodes, they turned him into a bumbling idiot. That's like how they bring out like a politician, you know. It's like that's how it's predictive programming. Think of any Simpson episode and think about how it's predictive programming.
Dominic was saying in the chat, private chat there, he's talking about moving to different countries and different diets. And I know people that ate nothing but American food, and then they went overseas, like to the Philippines or even China, which is odd to me, but other countries where they grow their food and they don't do to it what's done here, and they could taste. They said the food tastes so much better outside of America, and it just I don't know. When I look at America and I find all this stuff out, like, we're not the greatest country in the world by far. They wouldn't be doing what they're doing to us if we were.
The cooking show. If you ever watch a cooking shows,
no.
Like, and I don't see that nice produce and meat in my store. Like, where do you get that stuff? The stuff
Dude, I ate a
see
burger
is nothing
yesterday.
like that.
Look it, I ate a burger yesterday, and I go to the butcher shop. They have one in the store I go to, piece or drop. And I bought these burgers. And every time I bought this meat and opened it, it smells like death. And then I'm like, wait, but that's what it is. But it has a smell to it. And I never smelled meat like have that smell to it. It's horrible. Makes me to never. It's like, where's this stuff coming from? Is this even real meat? You know? I don't think the what do you call them? The butchers would say, you know, they don't want to fuck up their sales, so they ain't gonna tell you the truth of, you know, what type of meat. And there's not enough cows in this world to feed millions of people every day. How does most people not have that common sense to even think? You know how many, man, you know how many years it takes for a cow to grow up a full size? You know, and then this lady adopted a cow that spent 18 years in a little area. It didn't graze on the field. It was kept for milk purposes. 18 years this old animal was like in a prison. Old cow. And they finally bought her to set her free. And what a grateful cow, man. I was so happy. Like, I couldn't work at a place like that. What way animals are treated. Some people see them as just food. Like, they don't have feelings or they're not aware. It's just crazy.
Yeah, you kind of have to be desensitized to yeah, like one time I helped my buddy kill a bunch of chickens, and would help him round up all his turkeys and stuff them into a truck to be sent away to slaughter.
That sucks.
That was a crazy job, catching turkeys. You get this long coat hanger kind of hook, and you hook them by the leg, and then you pick them up and try to grab them around the legs, and kicking and flapping their wings like you can get cut, and then you just come and take them, and they open up the cage in the side of the truck, and you just stuff them in there, slam the cage, and go get another turkey until they're all caught.
Yeah. Well.
And then killing the chickens, that was pretty
Son, I was gonna say, oh, when you watch the videos of animals at the slaughter line, and I think it was cows, one of them jumped the thing and tried to get away because the cow ahead of it was eliminated. The one behind it jumped the thing and wanted to get away. So you mean to tell me animals aren't aware and don't have feelings? When that cow knew what was up, it said, "I'm out of here." Tried to, at least, and they beat the shit out of it. It's in the video. So anyway,
I guess, Charles, if I can share.
Yeah.
I shared earlier in behind the scenes here, blood type probably plays a role. Where you are raised, your first 7 years of physical development, because the whole idea of promoting milk after your 7 years, that's why cultures still have a weaning process. It probably, some bodies can tolerate it. Same even with, I'm just going to use meat. It depends what type of meat you're talking about, wild or domestic meat. There could be different people in the same household that are different. So some of them will tolerate it more than others. And then, this is where you have to know your body as best as you can, or at least your community or your family. Processed foods. Go ahead.
I think all the allergies and intolerances are from artificial things to the environment and the food supply in the first place.
Mm-hmm. With you on there. Usually allergies are like when people do detox. So go ahead, Matt. Fast.
I don't think illness, disease is natural. I think it's all from what's been done to the environment, and we're part of the environment.
I'm with you 100%. Yeah. That organ called our skin, it's like when people talk about, they don't agree. And I get it, with fluoride in the water, they don't drink it. Okay. So you don't consume it, but how much do you shower with it? That organ of our body takes in so much. So that environment that you're talking about, Faceplant, I might even say, besides this, touching our body around us, such as Wi-Fi and all that. So that all plays a role. So I don't know if there's one necessary diet that's the best for anybody. It could shift.
Yeah. Like I'm not on any kind of strict this or that or whatever. There's just things I don't eat. And now if I'm not eating those things, I'm looking for all kinds of other things and trying other things.
Yeah, it's kind of like the signs in the skies. I think the vessel that we're in, we could probably get cue signs and say, okay, today I don't want to eat chicken, or I want some sort of garlic, some sort of poison, which is good for the body, and the same with onions. But to pick a side, it might serve somebody. That's why when I hear people talk about, being a meat eater, for example, my first inquiry inside is, okay, what type are we talking about first? Are we talking about wild game or domestic game? And are you actually in the process of being with the animal, loving it, caring for it, honorably, killing it honorably?
Nuggets.
A lot of the foods that we're eating are already in the decaying process. Is that the role of the body to do all of that? Again, it's one of those things we never had. Well, I'm not aware of it. Records of how people used to live and how healthy they were. And even today, us living 60, 70, 80, 90 years, and we have all these other things like diabetes and heart attacks. Should we not factor those things and saying, is any particular diet really healthy?
That's true. maybe it could be more healthy if you know, they say get organic, but I forgot who said anything grown in the ground's organic. You know, you want to get it with no pesticides or some. I watched something on a farmer, and the couple was old. He said he's been doing this for decades, and he said his first time on his farmland when he bought it, I forgot what years he said, a long time ago. He said he used fertilizer and nothing grew. He said from that point on, the following year, they never used fertilizer again. And, you know, he said the grass grew normal and, you know, everything he planted grew. But that fertilizer, he said, didn't do anything. I'm not a farmer, peace, Kimba, but I don't know what would be the best way to fertilize your land.
Crop rotation. What?
It's about the soil.
The company, like the seed company, the fertilizer and pesticide is from the seed company. Like the seed is made for the fertilizer and vice versa. So that fertilizer is probably going to be poisonous to other crops.
Yeah. And now, considering I watched something else on the farm that I had said this before, where farmers get seeds from the government. They're not allowed to grow it. You know, they have to. But either way,
yeah,
the farmers won't eat that shit. They grow their own stuff.
The company.
Yeah.
They get the seed from the company and they're under contract.
Right. So they'll grow their own food though separately. That says a lot. You know, they won't even eat the stuff they're growing for us. And most farmers don't own the land no more. It's leased. That's why Ding Dong's buying up all the land. Like, I thought he built computers. Now you're buying all the farmland to make us genetically modified trash. What's up, Dean?
Just woke up. Just woke up, Chuck. How are you? Okay, the dummy.
Pretty good.
Dennis.
Peace, Joe King. I like Joe King's name because when I say it, it sounds like I'm saying Joe King or Joe King, right? Anyway, no one gets it. But...
I get it.
Hey, Joe
Hey,
King.
joking.
I'm not joking. What are
I'm
you
not
talking
joking.
about?
Are you joking? What are you joking about?
Man, I'm just glad it's January and the sun's on its way back. That's what I care about. I'm tired of cold weather. 42 years in this shithole up here. Tired of cold weather, man.
Wait till you get older.
This morning,
Wait till
man,
you
it
get older.
finally dipped down to freezing. I went outside at 5:40 and I'm like, oh, I'm freezing. God, I hate this weather.
Yeah. It's gonna start getting really cold here.
I don't know what they're doing. It might be Gates with his fucking blocking out the fucking sun shit.
Hey Dom, them cards you sent, that thing, the way you sent it, it could fit in the mailbox, right?
It's an envelope, so it's.
Oh, okay,
I
that's
had it in a
perfect.
box. Yeah.
Cool. Because then I don't stress it as much. If it was in like a box where it wouldn't fit, then. But an envelope is perfect.
Well, it's a box small box, but yeah, I had to put it in an envelope. So maybe 5 by 7. So
Yeah, it'll fit. I have a pretty big mailbox. Because I checked that number, man, and it just says the date when it was created, which is odd. It don't say nothing else. It don't say it's moving. Maybe it didn't move because of the holidays, but anyway. Damn, it's the 3rd already for Dean. Dean's in the future. It's the start of the 3rd. Yeah, this realm can't be that big because of Dean. The sun will be coming up for Dean in about what, an hour? And it's only 11:14 here.
Yeah, maybe less than an hour.
I mean, you guys should be having long summer days by now.
Nah.
Like
we haven't
December
had fucking-
something is our
wait.
shortest, so it should be your longest.
New Year's Day was really quite good, quite warm. Yesterday, yep, bloody nice and sunny. I got the lawn mowed. I got a fence finished. Put some shade, some wind cloth up, and to stop the wind going on some of our fruit trees. Got that bloody. It was Maureen give me a hand. Fucking wind was blowing. It was fucking hard work. But anyway,
You guys are on
we
a
got that
mountain,
done.
that's why. You're on like a mountain.
Yeah. It's
Can
like
you see
that.
the
but
ocean
I mean,
from where you are?
nah, we're inland. We're in the centre of the island. Oh, I call our country an island. I don't call it a bloody
It is an island.
continent. It's an
Surrounded by water.
All countries are. Stupid as
Hey.
it is.
Look at Australia, it's huge, but it's still an island. Like when people say
Yeah, the only-
islands, sometimes I think of it as being real little, but there's huge islands out there.
The only one continent I know of, and that's not surrounded. I don't know, surrounded, because I don't even know what Antarctica's true shape is. Nobody can go there. So, according to the world, it's a sort of a continent that's surrounded by water. Like they talk about 1,100 miles or something, but it took 3 years for Captain Cook to sail it, and he did over 60,000 miles. So, the bloody thing doesn't add up. And of course, he sailed right around it and never found a way through.
Yeah.
It didn't say he went round the outs. We went around the outside of it, but to me, he went round the inside circumference because the shape of the wall was always curving back, right? Not fucking curving out.
I don't know. I was just talking about earlier these alleged refugees that are disguised as refugees, these United Nations soldiers. And I seen a video of a guy from Africa. I said this earlier, Dean. And they asked him, "Why did you join the Marines?" And he said, recruiter approached him. He didn't even have a green card, I don't think. I don't know why he was over here. But peace, little bunny foo foo. And they asked him, why'd you join the Marines? And he said, because the recruiter said, if you want, he asked me if I want to become a citizen. The guy said, he could barely speak English, this African guy. So he said he joined the Marines or the Army or something to be a citizen. So how many of these refugees you think either are going to join for citizenship? That, you know how many they can get? Thousands of people will do it. You know, and you know, America, the government is shit. They're garbage. They treat us like shit. They poison everything. I don't care what no one tells me. If people do simple research or simple search and ingredients and stuff, and get out of their denial and their just denial and everything. They just want, oh, don't, you know, if they don't admit it, it don't exist, that type of attitude, and they'll see the government don't care. And there's many other things I can bring up why they don't care. But if this country topples, we're fucked. Put it that way.
I don't think any country will survive. I don't, you know, I thought I come well, a genuine takedown. You know, it's just, you know, I've heard about wars and nukes all my bloody life, all my whole bloody life, right back from when the very, you know, Vietnam. And the bombing, you know, of Japan, the bombing of England. You hear about
Vietnam.
I feel like everyone fought Vietnam because Vietnam brought it to the people. The thing about these nukes is they talk about them. They talk about how that bloody ding dong from bloody Korea. He's a king.
He's definitely a ding dong for sure.
And he's going to bloody fire bloody nukes at the US.
He needs to point a nuke at his face. That's what he needs to do. Right?
But the funny thing is, Chuck, you know, we hear about it all the bloody time, mate. But what's happening?
It never happens.
It never fucking happens. Never fucking happens.
Well, the 911
the only time
event.
They say it happened, they dropped and it wasn't a nuke bomb. It was an atomic bomb. Whatever that means. On fucking Japan.
So they say they did.
And that happened before my lifetime. That happened before my lifetime. I haven't actually witnessed any of these fucking nukes, atomic bombs, or anything going on.
Yeah, think about it. If these people were testing nukes in the desert, you don't think the people would have felt it, heard it, seen it? A nuke is big, so they say. And they're over there blowing them up in the desert like it's nothing. But no one's ever seen the cloud, the mushroom cloud, or that thing would be huge.
But what you know about Japan, what you know about Japan when the fucking thing went off, right? Apparently, the wave went out and just fried everything. To me, it sounded more like a fucking EMF, right?
Flora says, hey, Dean.
Hey, Flora. Yeah, I hope she's well. And, yeah, I hope that thing doesn't that she's
I'm going to
talk to AK.
I'm going to get AK's inmate number, and I'm going to give it to you, Dean, so you can write him. I don't know how long it would take, but...
It don't matter. I'll still write him. Ain't you worry.
Yeah, you'd be happy to see it.
Yeah. I've been thinking about writing letters to the editor here back in New Zealand again. Go back to my old way of doing shit. Fucking this computer stuff, they got so much control on it, you can't get your fucking word out to the people. Really, you can't. I mean, all these videos here, if I was trying to talk to somebody here in New Zealand, I fucking doubt very much that you know, we got a fucking maybe one or two that might have peruse it or whatever, but peruse, and yeah, fuck, you know, I'm just not getting ahead in this country, but this country needs to fucking, it needs to wake its eyes ears up, and we need to be able to fucking get some way for them to that to happen. I feel the only way really is through letters to the editor. It seems to be the only way that people read shit in papers. And they're still doing it.
Well,
I mean, we got the Herald over here. We got
you know what worries me, Dean? Is they're always talking about these nuclear strikes, right, on the U.S. news. Now,
yes.
Our government is the type to do an inside job and then point the finger. Because they've already done it, and it worked.
They've already done it, yep, and it worked.
A bunch of times.
And most of the fucking country believe it really happened.
They did it to Hawaii.
Yep.
They did it to New York.
Yep. Yep.
And it caused 2 wars to start. People even said there's no way Japan could fly planes as far as they did without having the fuel. If you look at the line of the maritime law or whatever it's called in the ocean, I don't know how true this is. I'm not a man. I don't know how much gas goes in these fucking, or fuel goes in the planes, or.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I would like to test that out, because when the 911 happened, it made me think about Pearl Harbor. Could that have been bullshit? That was my, I started to think that.
I think in those days, those pilots weren't told there was a fucking curvature. And I think another thing they weren't told was that there's a huge bloody ocean that you had to cross that was thousands of fucking miles wide. That was what they weren't told. Bullshit in those days. It's only since bloody basically the Second World War that and the turn of the century, 1800 to the 1901-02, that things have that our understanding of what this place is meant to look like has been divulged. I mean, before that, there was no pressing of this ball. There was no pressing to say that we were living on a globe. There was no pressing to say that they were going out into space. Fucking hell, 1959, before they sent a bloody so-called landing of the moon, right? So before that, there was none of that shit. It's only taken since 1959 to now to fuck people's minds over, you know?
What do you think, Dom, about Pearl Harbor and
what about Amelia Earhart? What about Amelia Earhart?
Yeah, she had her air in her heart, all right.
But she apparently died on some island out in the Pacific because she lost trying to come to New Zealand. What a load of shit! She followed the bloody globe map. That's what the fucking hell she did. Yeah.
She never came back around. She probably ended up at the ice wall and froze.
If she'd been given the bloody plans of she would have known the Earth was flat, because she would have been flying parallel to the surface of the water, right?
How can you fly a plane and not know it's flat, right?
Exactly. And I mean, she would have divulged that information. They had to fucking lead her off track so she fucking wouldn't come home. Of course.
I love the picture that somebody made about a plane going over the horizon, and you could see that the plane dipped its nose down, and it said the plane going over the curve. It's so funny, man. I got to get that picture.
It's funny. I've seen a lot of stuff. I've been following flat Earth for a long, long time. Fucking four odd years of it. I've had enough of it. I mean, it's all very well to know all these things, but it still don't do you any good if you can't go move further than that. And, I mean, I know that we take measurements of height and depth. Height above sea level and height and depth below sea level. You cannot get increments that are right down to a mere millimeter or a fraction of a millimeter. You cannot measure the fraction of a millimeter when you're using a pendulum and a square to take the level if the fucking level wasn't there. Right?
Well, people gotta watch.
I mean, what's a contour line, Chuck? Anybody know what a contour line is?
Nope.
A contour line is if you were at 200 feet above sea level and you're on the side of a mountain, a contour line would mean that if you stuck to your 200-meter height above sea level, you would end up walking right around the mountain, all the dips and angles and everything, going in and out, until you got right round, you'd land on exactly the same spot. If that was how precise you were going to be. If you were going to stick to exactly 200 meters and go right round the mountain, you would stop at 200 meters where you started. And you could put a peg in the ground every 10 meters and you would see that it was a bloody complete circle. Just the same as sea level is a complete circle. It's a contour line. Topographical map. Anybody should learn to read a topographical map. A topographical map teaches you that contour lines are exactly parallel to sea level. Submarines. You wouldn't be able to drive a bloody submarine if you didn't have contour lines underwater. You'd be fucked. You got no vision. The only vision you've got is the gyroscope or whatever they call it. No, what is it? The thing that keeps you in a constant thing, not lifting your nose, not dropping your tail, or not lifting your tail and dropping your nose. It had to be on a level contour for that bloody boat to go underwater. Yeah. There you go, can you, dummy? Yes.
Dean, you know you got the settings on the map. The map on your phone. You got the settings and you've got the topographical map on there. It's in the settings. You've got traffic and you've got satellite, and then you've got it's either called contour or it's right in the settings on your phone, and then you can see those contour lines.
Yes, those contour lines. Exactly, yes, exactly, Canada dummy. And the thing is, even you look at a weather map, right? And the weather map will show you the same kind of things. Whatever your elevation is, it's an elevation above sea level. It's not an elevation above a round ball, right? It's just an elevation above sea level. Well, why call it sea level? I mean, I've done a bit of drainage.
Cross-section. It's got the cross-section view of the route. If you plot a route on that contour map, and it'll give you a cross-section view of your route with the elevations.
Yes, exactly. I mean, if you walk through the mountains and you're doing a bit of what they call orienteering, you orient yourself.
Well,
I can't even say the bloody word.
Watch the next level. by Hibbler Productions, or it's called Level, and then there's the next level or something like that. And the guy used infrared. He had an infrared lens on his camera, and he was on a clear day. I think he was coming over the Gulf, about to approach somewhere near between Florida and Texas, and he could see. I think Dom's seen that. Someone, I think it was Dominic, who said it was 500 miles or something. I don't remember exactly who had said it, but they seen it too. I mean, the picture, I'm going to screenshot it and show it. I have in the past, but I'm going to end the stream at like 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm going to go shopping, and when I come back, I'm going to go live again. But I just want to
when are you doing 9? Are you going to do 9, or you're not going to do it now?
I might do it today. Maybe I'll do that when I get back.
Yeah, you know that movie that you got me to watch, or you gave us some homework to watch, and that was The Creator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You watched it?
Like, it was. Yeah, I watched it. It's a bit sad. It's a bit sad at the end, you know.
What was her name?
Elfie.
Allie, they called her? Elkie. No.
Elfie.
Elfie, yes, because the Alpha and Omega. You know?
Yeah.
They called her Elfie. Yeah, and you know, they say black people never live to the end of the movie. I mean, they kind of proved it, and the dude could have lived. When people say that, I just have to agree that, what is that called? But it's true. But the girl ends up living, but loses, because that was his. The Elfie was made of a replica of his child that was supposed to be born or something like that, because his wife was in a coma, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, they were dropping nukes, and where did they say that nuke hit? LA. Yeah, they've been showing in movies a lot of destruction in LA. Earthquakes, nukes, all this shit, man. Is that their next target or what?
Well, it might have already been a target in the early times, right? By an EMF.
Wow.
How many times have they done it already in the US? Look at Paradise, right? Right under our bloody noses. Look at bloody Hawaii, right under our bloody noses. I even believe the so-called volcano in Tonga was an EMF, right?
Yeah, I want to get away from these coasts. I want to go more in Middleland. You know what I mean? Away from the Great Lakes, away from New York, away from LA. I want to be in like Arizona desert or some shit, right?
I don't think you can even escape any of that shit. If they really want to fucking, you can get pockets of survival. Fucking hell, man! If it wasn't for pockets of survival, I don't think any of us would be here.
I think the deserts would be the best place to be.
I actually think underground myself. That's why they go underground, right?
Yeah.
And it's interesting. You don't.
Entrance.
Well, the thing is too is I mean, we've got liquefaction.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why they put it. That's why they put these bloody great concrete entrances. You know, because the liquefaction of thing, it works on mud. It works on land, on sand, anything that water and the surface can be mixed together with. But rock is pretty solid. Rock's pretty solid.
There's water in the desert. There's this guy who lives in Arizona, and people say, "Oh, you couldn't turn the dude turned the desert land into a farm." Granted, he had to go get rich soil, but he mixed it in and created a. You probably have to dig a deep ass well, but there's water everywhere.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
have to
I
dig
mean, if
into it 50 feet.
I reckon you could, anyone could, if you had a big enough fucking machine. If you had like one of those vibrators, those vibrator bloody road machines, right? You get one of those vibrating road machines that compacts the road. Now, while they're working on the side of the road, sometimes they park those bloody things, you know, while they're waiting for the traffic to go through. You watch what happens to the surface of the road. The surface of the road starts to bloody get potholes in it. Why is there potholes? Potholes is because it's a mixture of vibration and whatever sitting there. It's bringing the water to the surface underneath the bloody tarmac, the pavement. And then after a while, the bloody cars running over, just going to pop that bloody surface, and you're going to have a pothole. That's because water was coming up to the surface underneath it. People don't think about this, but I mean, I've watched it happen so many times. They'll have a roadworks. They'll have all these bloody equipment set up there. And then the guy with the roller, he's got a compacting roller, and it's a vibrating machine. He'll drive up and down the fucking road, putting the water and the surface together underneath. And it's a compaction of between the water and that. But if it sits there idling, it's going to create a hole. Guaranteed. Guaranteed it's going to create a hole.
What are you talking about, them rollers that have water coming out of them?
Yeah, but they also have compacting wheels that vibrate. And so they turn that on when they're going on. Well, it just sits there. I mean, they vibrate all the time. And if you have one sitting on an area of ground and just leave it there, sitting there vibrating away, eventually it will fucking bring enough water up to the surface to start sinking itself into the fucking tarmac. You can do it you can go down to the beach, and you might be where the tide was, it comes up to, and you let the tide go out, and you go down there, you stand there, and you start moving your feet backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, shaking yourself. And eventually, your feet will start to bring water to the surface of the sand, and you'll start going into it. I've watched it on video.
Man.
That's liquefaction.
I think they could tap into just about anything. They could tap, if they got controls of frequencies, they could tap into anything.
Yep.
It'd be like...
And a lot of these frequencies, I think, are reflected downwards from above, or they're coming up from underneath. But whatever it is, you know, it's like Phil said. A lightning strike is energy coming up from out of the ground to meet whatever's coming in the air. Static electricity. You get enough static electricity built up in the air, something's got to fucking earth it out eventually. And I believe it's some kind of rod that comes up, you know, like a part of the tourist field side of an invisible rod that we don't see, but it comes up and it connects with all that static electricity and pulls it back to the ground. That's what we don't see until the fucking lightning hits the ground as a strike. But I mean, lately because it's summer, and that's, you know, like, I don't know, there's something different about summer. They ain't the same to me. But I can walk around, you know, you can't walk around on the bloody pavement in bare feet. The fucking ground's too hot, man. In town, in cities. I used to be able to, but I can't do it anymore. It's like I'll get blisters on me, bloody feet of us being a whole bloody day in town, bloody walking on that shit. But yeah, to me, it's bloody. Yeah, you build up the static electricity in your body. You can't help it. And when you're in rubber-soled shoes or plastic-soled shoes, more so in plastic than rubber. And now a lot of bloody shoes are a plastic combination of rubber. But yeah, you can grab hold of a trolley, say at a bloody supermarket, and crack. I'll get a bloody crack out of it anyway. So, and I'll grab hold of the door and whoop, look out, another bloody little charge there. I don't know, maybe it's, you just become so used to it, it doesn't even bother you anymore. You don't even know it happens. But for me, because I don't go to town regularly, fuck, it happens every fucking time. I walk around in bare feet. Yesterday, I mowed the lawn in bare feet with a lawnmower. People think I'm fucking crazy in bare feet. Hey, if you haven't chopped your toes off by the time you get to 69, you're doing all right, mate. You know.
Off with your toes. That would be crazy.
I've got tape over my mic. That's why I got the red. I got some red bloody insulation tape. Not over my mic, over my camera.
Maybe I'll do that movie showing when I get back. But there's a few people that wanted to do it. I just don't remember everyone.
Back, I'd love to.
The Blue Dome of Creation. Has anyone ever heard of that? I'm downloading a picture of this blue dome.
I've heard of something where they say there's a blue dome only because of some engineer. He was an engineer that went to Antarctica. And he was the only bloody engineer there that needed to run the services like aircon and keeping the place warm and good air going through it, all that sort of stuff. So that was all his job, was to keep the place running. But they couldn't exclude him and let him eat on his own. They put him in the mess hall with all the other bloody scientists. So he got to strike up conversations with them. And that's the only way I know that the dome is blue. And I think it's made of ice, from what I can gather from his discussion with these people. Yeah. He reckoned the ice was so cold that if you touch it, it would freeze burn your finger if you put your tip of your finger on it, like freezer burn. I don't know if anybody's ever had their finger stuck to the inside of a bloody chiller, a blast freezer. You take your gloves off because you got something in your glove, and you happen to just fucking touch a piece of ice on one of the steel frames, and you're gonna either rip your bloody skin off, or you get somebody to bring in some fucking water so you can fucking pour it on and you can unstick your finger. And I've seen stupid buggers do it with their tongue.
Nah, that's crazy.
But yeah, I don't know. It might be the same story I've heard you recite, Chuck. But this guy was, I actually watched this video, and he talked about how he in the video, it was basically a talk video. I don't know if anybody's heard the Mogul. Has anybody heard of the Mogul? He's got a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It's a bloody old one, actually. It's one of the oldest I've ever heard. And he did a thing called the narration of the Iron Republic. Have you heard of that one, Chuck?
Yeah.
He did the narration. It takes days to get through the bloody thing. It's a long bloody video. He talked about this guy Barrington in 1908 who went to Antarctica, and he found a passage through the ice wall. He said that when they approached this thing, they could see there was some sort of gap, so they thought they might be going into a bay. But as they got closer, they felt current under the boat, and it was starting to drag the boat. And so they thought, where's that current going to? So they went with the current. They let the current take them. And the current took them into this narrow gap. They thought they were going to get crushed by the ice walls on both sides because the gap started to get really narrow. And they were dropping down their sounder. And in those days, the sounder was a piece of string with increments of measurements on it, so you could measure the depth. And this long rope with bloody increments on it was dropped until they could. There was no more they could add to it. It still did not give any reading of a bottom. And so it must have had a fairly good sized weight on the bottom. I know it takes about a 3 to 5 kilo weight on the bottom of your line to get down to 300 meters without it going sideways. And even then it probably is going sideways a little bit underwater. But I've fished at 300 meters, and it takes about 3/4 of an hour to drag your line up. It's a bloody long job, man, to fish in those depths. But yeah, this bloody boat, the Barrington's, Lord Barrington was his name, and he was a fairly wealthy sort of a chap. He tried to go for, he tried to be a member of Parliament, and he failed that. They didn't really want a person with his type of knowledge in there. So anyway, he decided he'd go out on a voyage. He was actually heading to the Arctic Circle. And actually the captain of the ship, I can't remember his name, but he was actually, he'd sailed a lot of ocean-going trips to the Arctic Circle. He was probably, you know, one of these people that were coming out of the Great Lakes. In fact, I wouldn't mind betting that that the Lawrence River was where Barrington started his journey from, now that I think about it. But he did this, and we see when he was going through this narrow passageway that he felt like he was going away from the sun. It was summertime where they were, and he felt like he was going away from the sun. And then he went through this passageway. It opened out. They decided to stick to the nearest side of their port side, which, you know, and so they followed that ice on the port side, and it got to the stage where the fog, it was just fog, and they could not see. And if they got close to the ice wall, they could see that, but that's all they could see there. Everything was just fog. And it was like that for 4 bloody months, Chuck. Guys, 4 months of traveling with no light. And then all of a sudden, they started picking up thinner. Fog was getting thinner. And they were getting seabirds and bits of driftwood. And they thought, well, you don't get driftwood and seabirds unless there's land nearby. The seabirds need a place to land. And driftwood comes from bloody trees, right? And they just travelled on that until, hello, one morning a bloody guy up in the crow's nest could see a light on the horizon. He said, I think we found the, because they thought they'd found America. They'd come back up the bloody coast of America or something. But no, it wasn't that at all. They landed in a totally different land altogether. A modern land that was probably as modern, if not more so, than what we are today. And if you think about how we've got tech today, and it's nothing, but we look at the tech that came from before this time, and then we look at that Barrington. People should look into that Iron Republic, Lord Barrington thing, because now if you're talking about tech, if you're talking about the tech that they have in the movie, The Creator, you can see what Lord Barrington was looking at. Yeah, I mean, you've got those. I'll tell you what, if you've seen those pictures now that some people are putting out, they've got a lady in a holographic like showing. She's the hologram, and a guy's talking to her, but she's in a different place.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He's got these. Yeah. Okay. Well, they had the same kind of tech in this bloody Iron Republic. We got to fucking start thinking about this shit. It's pretty amazing. Everybody should do the movie Creator, or some of these movies where they show this amazing tech and craftsmanship, and then go and look at the narration of the Barrington Iron Republic, and you'll see bloody so many similarities. If you aren't woke up to that, well, I'm sorry, you're not going to wake up to much at all.
Trying to find these damn pictures I had before of I found these pictures in Egypt of train tracks, and they were bringing in stuff to build the pyramids. Now I can't find these pictures anywhere. I'll find them. Wow, everyone cleared out. They said, we're out of here, Johnny.
They probably thought I was going to attack Dom. Dennis, I was going to call him. But anyway, they probably thought I was going to attack him. But anyway, I'm not going to. Bygones are bygones. I just know that I've got my peripheral vision on high alert. I ain't coming for no shit.
Well, I don't know what the firmament is, but I'll tell you one thing. It could be energy, the toroidal field, but that video of this military guy who was stationed in Antarctica, he said the scientists, when the camera crews would show up, 10% of the time, they would show the camera people that they're working on regular ice. But 90% of the time, they were working on this stuff called blue ice, which is like pure oxygen. You touch it with your hands, it'll freeze your hand instantly. And they were saying you had to wear gloves. But you couldn't transport this shit anywhere. If you tried to take it out of there, it would melt.
If you try, well, actually, they did get some out. You have to
don't
keep
turn
it
the
on
water
dry
either.
ice. You have to keep it on dry ice. You can't.
I don't know what the firmament's made of. I wish we could go there.
I feel it has to be a natural substance of some kind. This is tech using whatever's here, right? We're not getting it from some other bloody place unless we're going outside of the ice wall. And if you can't go through that bloody thing, how the hell are you going to get out there? And that's the thing is, I don't think Barrington went to another place. I think he just went to another bay inside that had green land. Now I don't know if you did I send you that picture? I'm bloody sure I did. Right?
I don't know.
And it's got this picture of space. Did I send you that picture of space?
I don't know. I gotta look.
Hang on, I'll see if I can send it to you now.
Hey, if you can't go, they're trying to break the dome. But who knows if there's ways because there's submarines. People gotta remember in Iron Republic they were in submarines.
Have a look at that. Have a look at that, Jack.
What?
That's a picture I've just sent. I've just sent it on Telegram.
These people are always in their Bohr machines, They want out of here.
Put this picture up, bro. Put this picture up. You could almost say at the bottom of South America, there's a little bay with another chunk of land in it. Okay,
yeah, it's Hercules pillars are there.
That's where I reckon the Barrington cruise ship went to, right?
Hercules pillars.
Yep.
Who did this picture? Man, where do you find this stuff, Dean? I got a headache. I don't want to do none of this shit I have to do. Here we go. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Mars, Venus are all lands probably. You don't go to the outer space they're going to is out of our space. That's about it. Yeah, that's where the Germans probably are, that piece of land at the end of South America.
Say that's New Swabenland. Yep.
I think we live on an infinite plane, but I think about the part where they said we're domed in. Now, if I was the creator, right, or I don't know what, but I would probably dome us in too. We're fucking savages. Imagine what they would do to the land outside of this dome. They would cut everything down, fucking drill all the oil out, take all the crystals out of the ground, all the gold. We're just savages. Kill all the animals, hunt people down.
Let's do a breakdown on this picture someday. Let's do a special post on this picture, right?
Peace, random fan. What happened, Dean?
Have you ever seen? Have you watched God Geblinfstus?
Who?
God Geblinfstus.
What?
He does a thing where he shows land that they can see from their space craft when they're going up, and you got picture 1, camera 2. I think London Man does. He shows them, and he's got different pictures that he shows, and he says that NASA is showing the pictures of Earth, but we're on Mars, right?
Yeah.
Or on the moon. Right. Now, he showed a map one day, and he showed that America was at one end of the Earth, and of this thing. That's this, and everything else is at the other. Very similar to this. And I just think that pocket of land that we see in that hole, maybe the shape isn't exactly like this as it's depicted, but I see that pocket of land as what people talk about as the green places they found in Antarctica. And you know, people say, "Oh, there's hot springs there," and you can see, you know, a green belt. To me, that's what that is. But whether it looks exactly that shape, I cannot say, you know. But I think it's a hint to tell us that Venus and Mars are land masses, and nations, not bloody balls in space, right?
Huh. Yeah. Well, they show nothing but animated pictures, NASA.
Nothing but this, even though it's just a drawing. You could even give this information like this to AI, and then you could ask AI to give their impression of what that would look like. Okay? It'd probably even come up with more, right? Go and ask buddy Sophie or Alexa. Is it Alexa? Alexa, describe this picture for me. You know? Where is Venus? And I mean, what's the biggest star in the brightest star in the bloody sky? Is it in the morning or at night? It's usually Venus, right? And Mars.
Yeah, the morning stars are the sun and Venus.
And which side are they on the continents? They're all on the east side, right? Not the west side. Especially on America. Look at that, you know? It's coming from the east side. That's a hint in itself.
Venus looks big as our entire realm.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know that landmass that's at the end of South America?
Yep.
That was shown in these old maps when Antarctica used to be connected to South America. In the old maps.
That's the Iron Republic, bro, I believe.
Yeah, that's where the Germans went.
New Schwabenland, yep.
Fuck them. Fuck them all.
Even got the moon there, right? Got the moon.
The moon.
It's got it there, just off to the bottom of South America. It's got the moon. It says the moon. And even below, there's several moons in the various small moons. Something or other, ER. I can't quite make that out. And then Mars, it's got DOS, Purd, 10 callus, 10. It's got 10 on the top right, left hand corner. Just called 10.
Europa, Calloused, Titan. I can't read the rest of them. But
There's
yeah, let
lots
me
of
end
little
this live.
Okay, no
So
worries.
No, so I'm gonna go. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll do the movie thing or open another live. But I just want to get this shit over with.
What's your timestamp at the moment on now and how far you've come?
3 minutes. 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Cool. That's all I need to know. Cool.
It's 12 o'clock here. It should only take me an hour to do what I gotta do. But
So if I timestamp at 3 hours and 18 minutes, they'll be able to see that picture, right?
yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Well, probably sooner than that.
Yep. Or maybe even 15. 3 hours and 15 minutes. Yep. They'll definitely see the picture. No worries. All right, I'm gonna go back and have a look anyway at it, and I'm gonna do a little bit of time stamping. I might even tag people's names in there. Just people that might need to look at it and have a different perspective. I mean, it might not be the right perspective, but it's a different one. A different one to what people have in their head. The thing is with waking up, you can't wake up and instantly lose the other perspective. What you've got to do is you've got to have a fight, a battle between the two perspectives in your head, and one's going to win and one's going to lose. You might go back to the one you originally had, or you might say, oh shit, this one's got some, this one's the one, and you'll go to that. And
Yeah,
that's
I'm gonna
how
have
it
to
works
look
in your
at
head.
this more clearly, this map. Definitely, I'm gonna
Thank you
look
very
at it
much,
more.
Judd.
But either way, I'll send you a link, Dean, if I go live or I do the movie thing.
Well, I'm going in to get my... I'd rather you didn't today. That's why I was going to ask you. Because today I've got to go in to town. I've got an urgent thing to go to, and I won't be back until later.
And what time is this?
Well, it's 8. It's 6 o'clock now, just after 11 minutes past 6. Sorry. And I'll be in 6 hours' time. I'll be in town, right?
So you have time to do the movie.
Okay, 5 hours' time. I'll be leaving here, right?
Yeah, the movie ain't that long.
Okay. Well, if you do it before, say 3 hours' time or 2 hours' time, I'll be up for it.
All right.
Cool. Thanks very much for having me up. Sending me the link. Did you see me? My light come on.
Uh-uh.
How did you know what time to send me the link, or did you already have sent one? And I'm just like had to wake up and turn my phone on.
Yeah, I can't stop yawning. I took a shot in the dark to send it. I was like, if Dean sees it, he'll come.
Yeah. It just came to me as I woke up, and I turned my phone on, having a look at my emails and such, because that's where I get a lot of these pictures coming to now. They come into my feed. Client Interest has got some pictures for you. And oh, look at this. That's pretty cool. You know? Anyway, thanks very much, Chuck, for having me up. And we've shared a little bit there. Hopefully, people get to have a little look at it. And then they can start asking their own questions. And usually other people's questions and thinking, like, you know, we're pretty good, you know. We can bring up shit. And we can put things together and align pieces. Even though not many people like to talk about what they're lining up in their head, I don't mind. I feel it's to be expressive of what I'm seeing and thinking is a good thing. And some people might call it jibber jabber. I'm just jabbering on. For them, that might seem like it. All good, all well and good for them. Because I'm not really worried about that. I am worried more about, not even worried, I'm actually more concerned about the idea of getting people, giving people a different perspective. That's all I'm looking at doing.
Opening their mind up.
Yeah.
Peace, Elkamos83. And
hey, Elky.
Yeah.
I call him Al, actually. I just AL.
Like an hour.
Not AI, but AL. AL. I just call you AL because it's not AI, it's AL. I got a good friend, Alan Turner. He's a good friend of mine, and I call him AL, just AL. And he loves that. When I text him, he's, oh, fuck yeah, that's my name, Al. Yeah. So, you know, I align the two L's together. They're both my good friends. So peace and salutes to you, L. And much love to you and your family. I hope you've all come through the silly time on top of things. When the world goes silly and starts spending all their money and they put themselves in debt. There's so many people putting themselves in debt at this time of the year. We all fucking do, I tell you.
I gotta go.
Yep. Later. Much love, everyone.
Right,
peace, one love.
One love, peace, everybody. And I'm gonna go live in an hour. I'll be back.
Okay.
All right, Dean.
Cool.
Peace.
We'll see you then. Send me a link when you get back.
I will.
Okay.